Hey everyone, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I am Brad. This might be one of the reviews I am the most excited to do since we started doing this, because this is such a weird and interesting case for this game. So we were sent a code for Yooka-Replaylee, which kind of the basic pitch for it is, well, we went back and we reworked Yooka-Laylee. And as someone who loves 3D platformers, I was really excited when Yooka-Laylee came out originally. I bought it, have it, played it for like an hour and a half. I was like, this isn't good. This game is not good. And just completely hard stopped, deleted, threw it up on the shelf, done, moved on with my life. Didn't think about it again until Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Layer came out. Tried that. Not my thing either. So I was a little skeptical when I saw Yooka-Replaylee and I was like, okay, well, I think it's just an update. And then I kind of saw some things like, okay, no, it seems like they're doing more than just a like graphical refresh. Like it seems like they're reworking it. And that's where I want to start with, because this game is super interesting to me because it's not just a remake or remaster in a typical sense of like, okay, like we remastered this, we made it look prettier. Or, oh yeah, we remade it from the ground up and it's still essentially the same game. This game feels completely different, and it took a game that I absolutely had no enjoyment with and didn't like, and took it and made it into a 3D platformer that I absolutely love and think might be one of the better ones I've played in the last couple of years. Again, granted, there aren't a ton of 3D platformers, but one of the better ones that I've played in the last few years. So that's why I'm really excited about this. I feel like it's really rare to see a game have this kind of redemption story in the same game. It's not a sequel, or it's not a, well, we gave it and we kind of like took it and shifted genres. It's just, no, we just went back to this game that the developers clearly had a passion for and clearly thought, you know what, there is something here and we can find that something. And if we rework it, we play with it, we change it, we adjust it, all those different things, something good can come out of it, and something great did. Yooka-Replaylee is great. So to get into some specifics here, I kind of just want to start with talking updates. Obviously, it looks a lot better. The motions and the feeling of it are just so much smoother as you go through. Like, that was one of my biggest problems with the first one, is just everything, it didn't feel right. They've also done a lot of tweaks to the different collectibles. So the first game was one where, in the general structure of the game, is that you go around and you collect these pages from the one book, and you have to try and collect these pages to create this book that will grant wishes. There's, kind of your fairly standard 3D platformer concept. And we'll talk more specifically about the game itself if you're not familiar with it in a little bit, but it took a really constricted and tight requirement of collecting and made it super loose, and it just makes a game so much more relaxing and enjoyable to me personally when I know I don't need to fine-tooth comb the map to get to the next thing, to the point where you get frustrated, where it's like, well, I've got 22 of the 24 things in here and I need to get to 24 of them, and I swear I've looked at it. You never have that feeling in Yooka-Replaylee. So the original game had 145 pages. Again, your kind of your collectible thing had 145 of these, and in order to beat the game you needed to hit 100. Again, that's pretty tight. You have to play all but 45 of these things. And again, there's different requirements. I don't know the specifics of getting through each level, but you need X number to get to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. Here, there are 300 pages in the exact same amount of space, and you only need 120 to get to the final boss. So essentially, they basically doubled the amount of collectibles in each of these worlds, and it makes it so much more relaxing to not have to feel like I'm fighting the game, going like, ugh, but did I look in that mountain? I swear I looked in that mountain, and I think there was a cave back there. Ooh, there's a cave. I think it went there. It takes kind of that pressure off, and it's just, you know what? This is a collectathon. You are going and collecting the things, and the way that this makes you feel more relaxed is that, you know what? I can just kind of hang out and play this and enjoy it that way. I don't have to feel like I'm going through every area in a fine-tooth comb. Now, again, you can. There are 300 of these things. Go nuts. Go crazy. You get 120. You unlock the final boss. I think I total had like 135. So I'm not the type that wants to go through and collect every single one, but that option is there. But it makes the game just this brisk, nice pace. As soon as you're wrapping up one of the 5 worlds, and you're kind of doing, just kind of like a quick pass through. Okay, I feel like I did a pretty good job of covering most of the map. You hit, 25 or 30 of them, and you go, well, I've got enough to move on to the next area. Go to the next area, do that same pass through of just kind of checking everything out, get your 20 to 30, move on. It makes it such a nice, just refreshing, brisk, just kind of relaxing pace to play through this game. So it's just design decisions like that just, subtle changes here and there. They reworked a lot of the challenges. They reworked a lot of stuff. And I've said it a couple times, but it is just crazy to me that you took a game that I think was pretty universally believed to be a bad game and made it to, kind of just glancing at OpenCritic, Metacritic, a game that is pretty much a pretty darn good game. So just kind of going by the general consensus on those two sites, you can see the difference between it. And it's just so crazy to me that the developers are passionate enough to go back and do this for this game. So now that we've talked that long about just on the updates and how this thing has changed, let's actually get into the game a little bit, because I do think this is a great 3D platformer. The original kind of like elevator pitch for Yooka-Laylee was, the guys who made it worked on Banjo-Kazooie. Let's make a modern Banjo-Kazooie, because frankly, there just aren't very many games in that. You know what? There's not really this whole like path, these levels. It's just kind of this open area. Go collect the things. You get enough, you get a new open area, collect some things. There aren't very many big name, huge games doing that. The way you get them are great. Each world has just the random walking around, whether it's just kind of, oh, look at that, you stumbled into here and you flip the switch and there's one. There are, speed challenges where it's like, okay, you get the red coins. Go collect the 8 red coins and one will pop. All the kind of classics are there. You have transformations where Yooka-Laylee will transform into something in that specific world. One's like a pirate ship, just depends on kind of the world and what those things are. You will find more that way. There's boss fights in each one. It has so many unique things, and it's just kind of this constant fun of just kind of walking through the world and noticing what's there, seeing what's there, and doing these quick little challenges. All these challenges, again, feel brief. They're just kind of that fun stumbled onto of, oh, what's over here? I'll bet there's something over there. And because there are so many now, there's always something there. And just each individual challenge is just so well thought out and well done. There were very few that were frustrating. There were very few that really were bash your head into a wall. I need to try this over and over again. The boss fights, there's a couple that are pretty challenging. There's a couple that are pretty easy. It's a really well-made game at this point. It's really, really cool. The general story of the game is, again, just kind of your generic 3D platformer. Hey, we found this book, and then the book exploded, and the pages went everywhere. And Capital B, this kind of business tycoon guy, is trying to collect them all for nefarious reasons, and you're trying to collect them all to prevent that from happening. End of story there. The game has a lot of good humor in it. It's got lots of kind of playful, just like puns. It's got lots of just silly, goofy humor in it. It's got all kinds of things in there. Yooka-Laylee ship is the batship crazy. You've got a sidekick to Capital B, who's just kind of this like very clearly brains of the operation, going, wow, we should do this, and him going like, oh yeah, we should do that. Just, he's got a trophy that he wants just displayed with the massive statues of everybody else. Just all that kind of goofy, straightforward humor is there, and I really like that. Again, it's such a great fit for 3D platformers. I think every 3D platformer has a bit of that. And one of the things that I feel like is kind of doing a disservice that's for a 3D platform to put at the end is the gameplay feels really tight. I think that's a key thing for when you play a 3D platformer, is you have to make sure that those jumps feel good, those attacks feel good, you feel like you're in really good control of the character. And again, that's a huge step from what Yooka-Laylee was to this. You always feel like you can match your jumps, you can time your different things. You've got 9, 10, 11 different moves that you can do. You can do kind of like Sonic charge-up rolls, you can roll around, you can glide, you can jump, there's different power-ups, and all the stuff's there that you want. The gameplay feels tight. I think that alone goes a long way in making a 3D platformer something worth playing. To wrap this up, I think it's such a cool redemption story to see something that somebody's passionate about, and kind of almost feels like admitting like, whoops, yeah, we missed the mark. But you know what? I think we're going to do it again, and we're not going to try it again in a different way. We're going to do the exact same thing because we believe that this thing is good and that we can take this thing and we can make something that people love out of it. And they did. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about Yooka-Replaylee. If you are a fan of 3D platformers, it is absolutely something that you should check out. Even if, like me, you've been burned by Yooka-Laylee before. Here we are with Replaylee, and now I'm all about it. I want more Yooka-Laylee. So hopefully, success of this, just seeing what this franchise can be, will hopefully lead us to some more good Yooka-Laylee games in the future. But we are Workforce Gaming. You can subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below. There's a link to support us on Patreon as well, where you can access bonus audios, vote for backlog games of the month for games that we could review, and we'll see you later.